Hey everybody, welcome to the first look at 11th edition's competitive lists. So far there's been a wide variety of lists, but it's great to see, even though 11th just dropped on June 20th, that there's already tournaments that started. Because GW dropped the core rules a little bit early, we get to see how the meta's shaping up. One of the really nice things about the start of a new edition and such big rule changes is that we get to see many armies, especially in the beginning, see a lot of success. So all these armies actually got 4-1 or even 5-0s. It's awesome to see such a wide variety of options. Obviously, there's a few that stand out. So there's actually 3 successful tournaments for Emperor's Children, 3 for Tyranids, and 2 for Thousand Sons. I think the changes to Psychic really helped out Thousand Sons there. Tyranids, I knew in the faction focus that they were going to be in a good spot, and I'm happy to see that remains to be the truth. And then Emperor's Children getting 3 wins is super exciting to me, and I want to talk about one of the lists just on a selfish note as far as like aesthetically pleasing. But other than that, we got AdMech with the Eradication Detachment and using Purge, saw a success. Space Marines using the Salamander's Forge Father with Librarius and Purge. One thing I'm noticing a lot in these initial lists is Purge and Take and Hold are definitely the 2 standout dispositions that are seeing the most success currently. And I believe that was going to happen just because they seem like the most straightforward ways to play Warhammer. So it's a little bit easier for everybody to get their feet under them with that. We've also got Black Templars with Iron Storm and Living Miracle. Custodes, this one really stood out to me because I'm interested in them and I've been building my army up a bit. We got a list with Lions and Might using the Purge disposition, so I'll definitely be going into that one. Imperial Knights showed up with Freeblade, using Purge, absolutely makes sense. Grey Knights with Banishers and the Argent Assault, as well as with the Purge disposition. Another one that stood out to me was Leagues of Votann, running Mercenary with Hearthguard and rocking that Take and Hold, which makes sense for their entire army rule. Sister showed up with the Army of Faith, but I didn't get a chance to see what disposition they selected. Same with the Blood Angels, I couldn't find out what disposition they were going for. Dark Angels ran Company of Heroes with Darkflight, going for the Recon disposition, which was exciting. It was nice to see something a little bit different. I wasn't expecting to see that early. Drukari with Sky Splinter and Exhibition ran Recon as well. Tau used the Montcalm and Purge, which makes sense. Pretty standard Tau as far as what I've seen on the tabletop. And Deathwatch with Black Spear rocking Priority Assets, which was a nice kind of out of left field for what I expected at the start of 11th. So first, we have Adeptus Custodes with the detachment Lions of the Emperor, with the Might of Mortoi, with the disposition of Purge the Foe. This list was run by Lee Egerbisky. Sorry if I got your name wrong, I really apologize. He got first at the Major Warfare Road to Nova with a 5-0, and there's 26 players in attendance. The list he ran was an Alara Shield Captain attached to 1 unit of 5 Custodians with the Admon Mortis enhancement, sets of 3 Virtus Praetors with a Jetbike Captain attached to each, and 1 had Fierce Conqueror. Then he had another unit of Lara's Custodians, just a unit of 3 this time, a Telemon Heavy Dreadnought, and the Allied Navigator. And I'll be honest, I've never seen the Navigator attached to a Custodes list before, so that's an exciting change already coming into 11th. Next up, we got the Leagues of Votann. This list was run by Sweet Lou, who got first at the SummerCon 40k Open with a 5-0, and there was 27 players in attendance. The detachment they were running was Mercenary Oathband with Hearthguard Covenant. They selected the disposition. Take and Hold. The list feels very straightforward as far as the Votann list goes. A little bit of everything, but nothing that I wouldn't have expected. So they had 2 sets of 5 Hearthguard, one with a Call Leader. The other one was led by the Einherjar Champion. A unit of 10 Hearthguard led by Call with the SB9 Implant enhancement. And then Memnir Strategist with the Metaphysical Brokerage enhancement, leading a unit of 3 Ironkin with Vulcanite Disintegrators. He also had the Biri Agnerson, which is absolutely one of my favorite models, so I'm happy to see it. Had 1 unit of 6 Thunderkin, and then 2 units of 3. Had 1 unit of Berserks, 1 unit of 5 Berserks, 2 units of 3 Hernkin Pioneers, 1 unit of 3 Steeljacks, 1 Honky Tonk Landfort, and 1 Sagittar. So very straightforward list, a little bit of everything. So it's got a good diversity, and I'm happy to see the squats go 5-0 in a tournament, especially this early. Next up, we got the Thousand Sons. This army was piloted by Dan Maloro, who got first at the GDG Summer Ruin with a 5-0, and there was 30 players in attendance. The detachment they chose was Hexwarp Thrallband with the Sekitar cohort. Disposition is taken hold. Again, that very honest Warhammer play. Love to see it. List consisted of Magnus, a sorcerer with Empiric Onslaught, Winged Demon Prince, Sorcerer and Terminator Armor, Zangor Shaman, one set of 5 Rubric Marines, one set of 10 Scarab Occult Terminators, 3 sets of 4 Sekitar robots. Love to see those. I love that model. And then 3 sets of 3 Zangor Enlightened. So I'll be honest, I don't have a ton of experience against Thousand Sons, but every time I see them, I've always noticed they had to be piloted pretty well to be effective, but it's great to see them go 5-0. And if I'm not mistaken, the changes to Psychic has actually really benefited the Thousand Sons moving into 11th. Next up, we got Tyranids. This list was piloted by Austin Warfel. He got a 4-1 at GDG Summer Ruin 2. The detachment he chose was Subterranean Assault, which we saw be successful at the end of 10th as well. The thing that stood out to me was the Disposition of Disruption, changing it up from Purge the Foe and Taking Hold. So it's nice to see another disposition stand out. The list consisted of Old One-Eye leading some Carnifexes, a Neurotyrant leading a group of 6 Zoanthropes, probably one of my favorite units in the Tyranid range. He has a Red Terror, a Swarm Lord, 1 set of 6 Hive Guard, 2 sets of 5 Raveners. Something that really caught me off guard was the 2 sets of 11 Neurogaunts. Almost never saw Neurogaunts in 10th, or at least I haven't. So it's good to see them actually get some play. He's got 2 Neurolictors to start handing out Battle Shocks, which I hope he got to see more success with the Battle Shock changes than it kind of being a nothing check before. A Biovore, 1 Screamer Killer, and a Maliceptor. So nothing too crazy, but the Neurogaunts definitely caught me off guard for that one. And last but not least, the Emperor's Children's list. This list was piloted by Garrett Davies, who got 4-1 at the GDG Summer Ruin 2. The detachment they chose was Coterie of the Conceited. The disposition they selected was Purge the Foe, which is more in line with what I kind of expected, especially the start of 11th. His list is very straightforward, and one of the things I like about it the most is 3 of my favorite models, especially to come out of 10th. So he's got 2 Lord Exaltants leading 2 Infractor units, got 2 Winged Demon Princes, 1 has Unholy Fortune, and he has Fulgrim, 2 sets of 6 Noise Marines, 1 set of 5 Tormentors, a Defiler, and then 2 Chaos Rhinos. Love to see it be successful. Love to see Fulgrim actually on the table. 10th edition, you didn't see him a lot unless people really loved that model. But as far as a competitive standpoint, he was pretty expensive for what he could do. So it's good to see him actually see some success starting into 11th. Thanks for watching. This was a quick update on the first look at the competitive list of 11th edition. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Every little bit helps, and we'll see you in the next one.